What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the No Era Penal Podcast. I'm your host, Pac. We're back for another episode. It's been a while. Last time I did it with my cousin. This time we have my boy Jacob. He is a huge Ecuador fan. I had one of the probably the most knowledgeable guys in footy that I know. I'm so glad to have him on. You guys will see that in a few minutes. Um, yeah, there's so much to talk about in this span of a month. Mexico has played 3 games already, and they might mean nothing, right? The most important game of our lives is coming up. I say that like we're playing, but it feels like we are, man. Like, so draining. To It's the night before the match. I probably won't be able to sleep anything tonight, just thinking about how that game's going to play out. Um, if they lose, I'm gonna cry. If they win, I'm gonna freaking cry. I've never seen Mexico win a knockout game in my life. I am 30 years old. Knockout game in the World Cup, I should say. I am 30 years old. I haven't seen that happen in my lifetime. The last time they did it was in '86. I wasn't alive for that. They also hosted the tournament then. But yeah, going into Ecuador. But before let's going into Ecuador, let's talk about the Czech Republic game. I will say this. How do I say this? It is probably it's not the best win Mexico has ever had. No way. It is my favorite win that Mexico has ever had. So many awesome moments in that game. From, just finally having a culmination of the team and how they've been playing to generate on the score sheet was awesome. Winning that game 3-0. Seeing my boy Mateo Chavez score that banger was awesome. I'm a huge Chivas fan, so him coming from Chivas was sick. That little celebration, the Dragon Ball Z celebration with Hormiga was awesome. Then, Ochoa, man, that ceremony, just, subbing him in, giving him his praise. Oh, that was just so magical. Tears running down my eyes. The world was watching that, so amazing. This game had so many highs, and obviously the first half was a snooze, but that second half was beautiful. One of the greatest halves in Mexican history. Just one of my favorite wins in Mexican history. But that might not mean shit if Mexico don't win their next match. It is so important for Mexico to win this match right here. Or this tournament meant nothing, or let's say this group stage meant nothing, right? Everything they did, the history, all 9 points for the first time in our history, winning all 3 games in the group stage, that won't mean nothing if we can't win this next game. We are at the Azteca. This is our time, boys. Like, if we can't do it now, when are we going to do it, So for that, I had to get some insight, I did a little bit of a video on YouTube hyping up this Ecuadorian team, and they didn't play as they got through, but they got through third. And I thought they were going to win this group. I truly did. I had them beating Germany like they did, but those 2 prior games, it seems like their offense is lacking. So with that, we're going to talk to my boy Jacob. Again, please follow him at JMoss Footy. You're going to see that under his name in the video. Please give him a follow on Instagram. He makes some awesome video clips. So let's get right into that. Roll right into this, because this is how I want you to talk, just normal, because I've done this with a couple people, and it's just like they change. Like, once the camera rolls and they start recording, it's like, fuck, like I can't have a genuine conversation, but I know I can with you. Like, I knew when I was going to get you on. That's why I texted you as soon as this happened. What did I say? Man. I said something like, I hope we don't play you guys at the I just didn't want this matchup to happen. I really did not.
I was like thinking about, like, I feel like of all the third place teams, I definitely think like Ecuador is probably the worst one that anybody would want to come up.
100%, yeah.
Just yeah, we can talk about it though. We can talk
about it. Well, I wanted to roll into like how Mexico got here is as opposed to how Ecuador got here. Mexico had an easy, like, we're just not really dominating because that South Korea match is the only exception, but we kind of really did win every game comfortably. And I don't know if that's the power of the Azteca or that's just I don't know if I'm too high on we're all on our high horse, and then we're gonna hit Ecuador and it's just gonna be a freaking wake up call or something. I'm so scared, but at the same time, I'm extremely excited because I've never seen this team win a knockout game, just like you, in the World Cup in my lifetime. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Mexico's been won a knockout game again last time we hosted in '86, but I obviously I wasn't alive, so um, I don't know how you feel in that aspect. Like, how was obviously I had Ecuador winning the
Winning the
group.
group.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
texted you about this. I'm like, dude, Ecuador's gonna win this group, and
I,
why? Because Germany are frauds. You saw it,
oh yeah,
right?
I fully thought that coming into the World Cup that like Germany was not the team. Like everybody like pot one team, but I definitely think they're like a pot two team. They're not that good.
Not at all. Like, I mean, they just haven't won. What was it? They have. When was the what? I forgot. There's a
So
bunch of records that are out there, like or like Germany based like stats that I'm just like, I don't know how people still have them as like a contender. You know,
the last time they ever got to like anything remotely close to a semifinal, quarterfinal was when they won the World Cup like
in
back
'06,
in
right? Yeah,
no
'06.
in
Oh no, that was when
2014,
they hosted. Oh,
2014.
2014. Okay. But that's crazy. Then I think of a team like Italy that has like I remember I seen them win the World Cup and now they're not even in it. So it's so insane. I guess I have to be grateful for being in an easy ass freaking CONCACAF, but um
But I mean, still, I mean, like, well, it's just like think of it like the Patriots, for example. It's like they're an easy, no offense, they're in an
yeah,
easy group. It's like, well, what can you do? Just win your
yeah.
games. Like, what else can you do about it?
100%. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I wanted to ask you about the Ecuador's path. Obviously, I didn't expect it, so just give me a little bit of your reaction onto all the games, tying Curacao, losing to Ivory Coast, and somehow you still managed to make it out, beating Germany.
Ecuador always takes the hardest road, it seems like. But I mean, before the World Cup started, you definitely would have thought that, like, okay, like Ivory Coast is going to be the difficult game that you can possibly win, and then Curacao is the gimme, so that would definitely get us into third place at least. And then Germany is going to be like, all right, we're going to have to try to fight for a draw, most likely.
Yeah,
And it completely was the opposite way of that. Um, Ivory Coast, I felt like we had a very good first half. I definitely think not having a striker, which we can talk about more later, definitely killed us later
bro.
on.
Enor Valencia from fucking Pachuca. Oh my god, I mean, I can't be one to judge. We started a striker that I really hate. El Bebota
you're
Martinez over. Our striker for the last game against Czech Republic had no business being on the field or really on this roster in general. But yeah, we'll get into that later.
you don't like Jimenez?
No, 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 no. We
Oh,
started. His name is El Bebote Martinez. I think he plays for
oh,
Pumas.
okay,
The
gotcha,
only reason he
gotcha.
started is because he's like 6'3". So I always say this: Mexico, had a really bad falling when when was it? Russia. They beat Germany. They were on their high horse, and they then he Mexico always blamed that loss to Sweden. I believe we lost 3-0 really badly because of a height differential, and ever since that, it feels like it's lingering. And this
Yeah,
game against Czech, they're like the tall. Their record is like top three tallest team in the tournament. So
yeah.
he started that. The only reason he brought this guy is because he's a 6'3" striker. And he started him, which you started him over Santi Jimenez, who's a AC Milan player, and you start him over the top goal scorer in the Mexican league, who's about to leave to Europe. And yeah, it just he didn't do anything on the field. You saw in the entire first half they didn't do anything against the Czech Republic. But yeah, I keep
Definitely.
on getting on a tangent about Mexico. They've been driving
No,
me
you're
crazy.
good. You're good.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, that's definitely something we have in common with just terrible strikers. But yeah, I mean, like, and then again, same thing with like the Curacao game, like tons of chances. You just need a finisher, and Ender Valencia just doesn't have that juice anymore. Like you would think a veteran striker would be able to like finish these chances, but he just doesn't do it, and it kills this team. It
Yeah,
kills this
I
team.
remember watching that Curacao game, and I think in the opening like minute, Ender Valencia broke away, and he had a shot that, in my opinion, should have not been saved. It was almost like a penalty kick, they said on the broadcast, I think, where the goalie anticipated the dive and made an insane save. But I think that game would have gone totally different if he just bagged that one. But
Oh,
I give
100%.
credit to the goalkeeper. It's just unfortunate. I feel like Ender Valencia just needs one goal in this tournament to just get the ball rolling, maybe. Um, but who knows? Oh man, there's
That's
so much to
that's
talk about. I'm so excited. You don't even
yeah.
know. I want to start off with, what would winning this game mean to you?
To me, I think more than anything, and like I think what most Ecuadorians really feel is just like we have the talent now, and like we'll go more into that obviously, but like with the likes of like William Pacho and Piero Hincapié, like UCL finalists, like we have the quality there, and obviously Moises Caicedo, but like we have the quality, and like every past couple of years, like when we played in Qatar, it's like we had a great team, and then we choked to Senegal. Same thing with this year. It's like we had a great team. We choked to Curacao, choked to Ivory Coast. Germany, I feel like was just kind of lucky, but like I think it really just winning would just mean like everything finally came together. And like Ecuador is finally not just the bottler or the choker, if we want to use an Arsenal joke.
There's also a term that I saw recently, which was like they call them I forgot what it was in Spanish, but it was like a little team in the Common Bowl or something. Yeah, and they were like, I remember somebody was saying like, oh, this one would mean they're not no longer a little team in the Common Bowl or something like
Of
that.
course.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like if you think of the CONMEBOL teams, like you think of immediately Argentina, Brazil, Colombia before you even think of Ecuador.
Yeah.
But Ecuador came in second, so it's like why like they don't have the respect that those other teams do that have won big games. And I think this would be like the Germany game, of course, is a big game, and like we had to win that. But I think this going into a game that like is actually worth a lot means a lot more to South America and to like our team, of course.
Yeah, 100%. Because like, I mean, tonight I probably won't be able to sleep. I swear to God, I literally think of scenarios in my head. I'm like, oh, how can they do this? How can they do that? And I was thinking I randomly got a weird thought. I was like, dude, what if one of our players covers his mouth while saying something to somebody, and that just ruins the entire game?
That would be
Oh,
awful.
I was about to message. I swear to God, I was on Instagram. Like, I'm gonna message every freaking player on the Mexican national team. Do not cover your fucking mouth. Like, I swear to God, I was like an inch away from that. I'm like, I can't just go crazy. I'm like, I'm not gonna do
Yeah, don't say shit. I mean,
that.
like especially since like they both speak Spanish. Like I feel like the Moroccan and the Dutch team, it's like they're not really going to talk too much shit to each
Yeah.
other. Like maybe in English, but
It
like I feel like
the
Mexico and Ecuador, or like
the other thing is
Argentina,
this
Colombia.
game's going to be extremely physical. So
Oh, 100%.
and I mean, luckily it's at night. It's really not as hot as people say in Mexico. At night it's beautiful weather for playing. Like, but the altitude, there's still going to be the tension. Like, this game's going to be extremely physical. And we have a bunch of players that love to get yellow cards. So that scares the crap out of me. But going into this matchup, um, your expectations of the match, because both teams are, this is mainly why I didn't want to match up with you guys, because you guys are almost the same exact team as us in the regards of tactically. We are defense first, and then progress and play the ball up. But it's
to
going.
to our veteran strikers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we have man, like, just in the back, the strongest part of this team, the same as Ecuador, is the defense, right? Um, so what is you would you agree on that, first of all,
Oh,
with
absolutely.
Ecuador? Yeah, 100%. Now, where the hell are the goals going to come from in this game? Who knows? I feel like it might just go the whole opposite way. We might see a freaking high scoring goal fest. That'd be insane. But to me, overall, and what the sense I get is whoever scores first wins.
Oh, 100%. I
Yeah,
feel like if Ecuador grabs a first half goal, I think they'll just shut it down. That's the end of it.
that's
And then
100% what I'm
I
scared
feel
of.
like Mexico will be able to, if they score first, they'll be able to keep pressure on because they're playing at home. Um, and that will also be like I don't see Ecuador trying to like claw back from a game. Like I feel like we got really lucky with Germany, honestly. Um, it was just
Well,
a,
it
a
makes me
crazy
feel
strike.
better that they lost to Paraguay, to be honest with you. Even though it
Yeah,
was penalties, but it still made me feel a lot better. I'm like, all right, maybe Ecuador isn't as good as we
it,
think,
it
but again,
it
it
takes the
doesn't matter.
gas out of it for sure. It takes the
Uh,
gas out of
a
it.
little bit, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Like once the ball rolls, like anything could freaking happen, especially with these two teams, in my opinion. But we're gonna
It
get
definitely is. Yeah,
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it definitely is gonna be like just like a scrappy FIFA trash goal that's gonna like win the game. You
I
know,
can't bear to handle penalties for the love of God. I just
no, that
for the love of
that
God, I can't.
that would kill me.
I just rather flip a coin at that point. I just can't take
Yeah.
it, man. Yeah. So who scores first wins. Then the next part I wanted to talk about is this Ecuador's best chance ever to win a knockout match?
Ever.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you the last time we've gotten to a knockout match, but looking at how like some of the groups have ended up, like I definitely think of the teams that we could have faced. Because well, Germany came out first in our group, so we could have played Paraguay if we won that group, and then Ivory Coast is playing Norway right now. So it's like I think everybody would want Paraguay, of course.
100%. And it's just
But
not fair that as the three host nations, like the US gets Bosnia, Canada got who did Canada get? They just beat them.
South Africa.
Yeah, that's just not that. And then we have to
But
play you guys.
but
So
I think like I think USA's road was a little soft, definitely. But I wouldn't say Bosnia is like a bad team because they beat Italy to get here. So I mean, like that means something at least.
I don't
And
think they're a good matchup for the US. I think the US steamrolls them. I really do.
I I think they got too much technical quality for Bosnia to handle. Like Italy's just like doesn't
It,
have any technical quality.
yeah, they're just terrible, man. That's crazy.
and and then Canada realistically should be facing what is it, Colombia? Or who is Switzerland facing? Colombia? Or Ghana?
Switzerland is facing. I think it was wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Ghana. Yeah,
So I mean that's
Ga-
also a tough team, but I mean
but
they
Ghana
came in
didn't really. I
second.
don't know. Yeah, Ghana didn't really. I'm not really scared of Ghana. Like I'd rather play them in the Azteca than any of
Yeah.
these other teams, man. It's. But either way, getting back into the matchup. We already talked about a lot about how the game's gonna play out, but like, does what do you? Obviously, there's no height advantage for us anymore. I feel like you guys are very accustomed to play in that height atmosphere. I don't know where you guys play your home games in Quito. Uh,
Most of them are usually in Quito. I
that's
mean, like one
already
or a few of them are in Guayaquil, but most of them are in the altitude.
so. This goes to my next question. Do you think you guys are? I don't want to use the word scared, but does playing in the Azteca scare you, or scare? Do you think that has an effect mentally on the players?
If I were to give my personal opinion, like I think that if we put this game in a neutral environment, I think Ecuador would be more of the favorites. But being that it's in Azteca in that kind of environment, that just like swings it totally in their favor. Because I feel like you get like one or two good plays, and then that just swings the momentum your way. Whereas we're not really a big, I mean, you could say about both teams, but we're not really a big momentum swinging team. It's like we get
Yeah.
one thing here, and like Enter Valencia is not going to really give you that magic.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it is, yeah, sure. Definitely they're more scared to play in Azteca versus like any other else in the US or in Canada for that matter. But I think with what happened to Germany today and what happened to the Netherlands today too, like I think there's plenty of reason to think you could go and beat the favorite in their home. You know,
100%.
I,
And I because I'm trying to get your perspective on Mexico. Like I always I feel like I see Mexico through a narrow view of just like all, we have the what do you call the like Telemundo and like all those are heavily, they're all controlled by Mexican media. So like
Mexican, Argentinian,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we kind of get like a narrow view on Mexico, and I really don't get the outside view anymore. I did when I was playing soccer more and like talking to a lot of people, you know, in school or this or that. Like now, I don't really have that connection to, I guess, like as many other South Americans or just anybody in general who I can talk to as much. That's where I started doing this and started a Discord, and like it's hard to see that. I go on YouTube and I'll jump into like random people and how they view Mexico. That always captures my attention. Like I just saw a
Definitely.
video of like these English people talking about how England could potentially face Mexico in the Azteca in the next round, and I've been watching that, like, but I have to stop myself because the first, we got to get through you guys first, and
Yeah.
yeah. But either
I,
way,
I think it's just a side note. I think either of those matchups against England's going to be tasty, like Mexico and Azteca or Ecuador
Ecuador,
against
yeah,
England.
100%, and the Aztec. I feel like you guys have the you will love the altitude against them there. Um,
And I think the crowd would show up definitely in Mexico.
oh yeah, and the yeah, I don't know if we're gonna welcome you with open arms after if you guys beat us, but
Definitely,
but
definitely.
I will say Mexicans in Mexico City being there for the game, they are the friendliest people alive, man. Like you go there, you're gonna have a great time, you know. Um,
Definitely.
but I want to get more into the players individually in the game. Like, who do you particularly expect, or I want to know who should we watch out for the most, in regards to attacking, right? Because I think that's one of your weakest points in my opinion. And I want to think about who I should be scared of.
Well, I mean, coming into this tournament, I thought that John Yeboah would be someone that would be good because he's like one of the stars for Venezia and Serie B, but he just hasn't been good this World
Did he
Cup.
start the last game?
He's been starting the past
Yeah.
3 games, I'm pretty sure. And I think part of the reason why he's not doing well is because we have Alan Franco at right back, which is he's more of a midfielder. He's not
I did see
really
that.
he plays there, but he's not really a right back. Um, so I think that's kind of like killed him. But I think someone that's like finally starting to grow into it is definitely Nilson Angulo, kid that scored against Germany. And I
Yeah.
think like just seeing the short spurts of time that he's come on as a super sub, like he's done very well and like brought some more life into the team. Which again, like I don't get why we keep running Ener Valencia when we could put someone like Kendry Pius or someone
Yeah.
like that because we just need anybody that's gonna like make a run, make a move, like make a play. Because with Enner, it's just like it just goes to die, honestly.
It's also with Enners, I feel like you got a kind of a little edge with him in regards to he knows Mexican football. Like he knows a lot of these guys. So if anything, he can be the like in football, how you see one player goes from one team to the next in like a season, and they have the plays or whatever. So one of our biggest things is set pieces, and
Mm-hmm.
I just I've been betting on a set piece goal this entire tournament, and we haven't got one. And yeah, but I think Enter Valencia could be your inside source of, but I don't know if he should just be on the friggin' bench with the manager and telling the players how to react or how to
Yeah.
defend certain players. Because he's played
Did
against a lot of these players that.
Do you know if Gonzalo Plata has? I think he's played in Mexico before, or I feel like
Um,
he played in Tijuana or something.
I can look that up real quick. That sounds familiar. I'm not gonna lie. Gonzalo Plata.
I know in the past before we've had a lot of players playing in the Mexican league, but I don't know about anymore.
Oh, he's in the Serie A now, huh? Right?
Is he?
Or am I
Oh,
tripping?
yeah. No, he's in Flamengo.
Oh, he's
Flamengo.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I said it's what is it? Brasileiro Serie, the Brazilian Serie
Yeah,
A. That's what they call
yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think he's played there. I think he's
no,
mostly been in like
Brazil.
La Liga. Um, and I can't think of any of the other guys unless Angulo played there, but it doesn't seem like he played there either. It just seems like he played in Belgium and now Sunderland.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so I feel like Mexico in general has been prepping to play the bigger teams in this tournament, which is
Mhm.
ironic because I think our entire group stage was not bigger teams. So I feel like we're better off sitting back, defending, and then catching people on the counter. But again, Ecuador is not that type of team. So I don't know how this match is going to play out in that aspect. Like,
I don't think either team wants to have the ball,
not at
honestly.
all.
Like,
I don't know like what the possession game's gonna be. I was looking at your past game against Germany. I don't know. They rated no players above a 7.2, and you guys won. So I was like, that's insane. You
I
know?
like I don't like nobody's like doing any like everyone's just strictly defense and just clearing balls, nothing else.
Yeah.
Like our best player is Moises Caicedo, and he's just like a strong six. So he just sits there, just cleans up balls, you know? So
Yeah, so that makes me yeah, so I guess Mexico is going to play. I would give it maybe like a 60-40 or yeah, like 65, 35 possession based to Mexico. And that scares me. Like I don't want to play with the ball. Um I want to give you a little insight on our team.
yeah, definitely.
Our right wing, Roberto Alvarado, plays in the Mexican League. Before this tournament started, I didn't want him starting for Mexico or even on this squad. Now he became our most important player. He is a right wing back, really, but we also play a right back. So take that as you will. He will cover the entire right side of the field for 90 minutes. It's absolutely insane. But his best quality is not crossing or attacking. So he's a right wing back playing right wing. And I think he'll cross the ball at least 3 times in this game. And if we get one good cross, that'd be amazing. Um, so you have really nothing. I don't know if you have nothing to worry about, but just yeah. But it's
But I feel like on that side of the pitch for us, it's like we have Hincapié, so it's like
yeah.
I
See,
think that's like if it's not like a like what is it, Diomande against Ivory Coast, like he got cooked that game.
yeah.
But again,
Diamante's a
it's like
beast, though. He's so
he's
good, bro.
nasty. But like he, other than that, like he's not really gonna get cooked unless you're that kind of a pacey winger. And I feel like Mexico doesn't really have someone like that.
They do, but they're not going to start. He's the guy who scored that goal against the Czech Republic, the first opening goal. The right back. Do you remember that goal? He took on. He took on. He ran down the entire right wing, or like down the midfield, the right wing, and then he scored the little tap in goal. Not the tap in. I don't explain the goal. But
Yeah.
the Mateo Chavez, he scored the first goal against the Czech Republic. He's so pacey, so fast, so good, but I feel like data just again that kind of limits our it doesn't play to our strengths or the way Javier Aguirre wants to play, which is defensive. And they're gonna start a center back as a right back that we have that's multi talented. He plays excellent at right back. He does not mess up at all. Israel Reyes, I think he's the starting right back. He doesn't mess up, but again, he's not great technically. Going down the field, like
Mhm.
like down our right side, it feels like if we don't play Mateo Chavez and we start Israel Reyes, then you really don't have much to worry about going forward on the right side. But then the left side is totally different because we have a Colombian playing for us. I don't know if you know.
Yeah. Quinones.
Yeah, he is, brother. He is insane. Like the amount of goals he scored in Saudi Arabia. I know it's Saudi Arabia, but man, come on, like 36 goals or something, like in one season. And it didn't translate into this team until the World Cup. Like friendlies, he wasn't scoring. He was missing wide open chances, like nothing. And then the first game he gets his goal, and now it's like, all right, he got the confidence. Let's,
Yeah.
I think he's probably him and Gil Mora. If Gil Mora comes on the second half, they're the players who, if this game is just 0-0 going into they're the two players you probably got to be worried about that can just break the team down.
I definitely. I was gonna say those three players, like Israel Reyes, Mora, and Quinones. Of the the bit that I've watched of like the Mexico games, like I've watched the first game, I watched the South Korea game, and then parts of the Czech game. I feel like those three players are probably your best players, if I'm not wrong. I
Not
mean,
Israel Reyes, but Gil Mora and Quinones for sure. If they're like creating, then this team is gonna progress. Because
definitely.
on the right side we have nothing. So Gil Mora is he's only 17 years old, which is insane. And this team plays so much better with him. If he's not on the field, you can see it's just nothing is getting done. So forward
I,
wise,
I was I was hearing something about like Gutierrez, like people are like very split on him, like whether or not they want him to play.
yeah, he broke out into this team without being a starter on Chivas, which is insane. Um, but at towards the end of the season, he started playing more. He's just really fast. Um, it had one of the most insane like friendlies. He was nobody on this team till like the prior two friendlies to the World Cup. Completely balled out and earned his spot on the starting roster. But then starting the World Cup, he's had a couple blunders, but he has played really well. I mean, he caused a red card against South Africa in that first game. He's very pacey. He's going to start I think, but
Yeah.
I don't. Sometimes he just disappears. Like especially in this World Cup, I haven't. He just hasn't been able to break down teams or really lacks the technical ability at times to just. I mean, he sets himself up so well, and then at the end, just the last minute, like terrible shot or something like that. But he is. If you're looking for speed, that's the guy, Brian Gutierrez. Um, but again, who knows what that final piece of that run or whatever he breaks out is just gonna have. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's yeah.
Uh,
He's missed open net sitters in the against South Africa. He had a couple of misses. So um but I mean in regards to our speed, I feel like we played the game a little slower than Ecuador. So I think one of the things that I'm going to be scared about is Ecuador's speed. If this game gets fast real quick, I don't like it for our chances. I don't know about you.
yeah, I mean, like like we talked about, like Angulo, Plata, Yeboah, like all of them are just like speed merchants. Like, I mean, that's really what I mean. In previous times, like Ecuador is just fast and big, and that's like pretty much it.
One of
But
my
yeah,
favorite all-time players for I think I was a big Man U fan, so Antonio Valencia was probably one of my favorite players on
of
Manchester
course,
United. So man, I
fast.
think about fast. Yeah, every time I think about Ecuador, it's fast, fast, fast. And if this game gets fast, it's going to get ugly, in my opinion. I do not want. We cannot have that. But Mexico are really good at stopping that. They know how to sit and play and just chill. Um, which
I and
is
I think that's going to be like the game plan that both teams are going to try to do. They're just going to try to like avoid it getting fast, and they know that both teams can't really create anything on their own to like break down the middle or go through the sides or anything like that. So it's like just like good luck. Try to break this defense, and neither of them can break through it, which like makes me worried because then I'm like, this is probably going to end up like 0-0 and go to penalties or
no, I can't have that, dude.
1-1 and go to penalties.
I'll have a heart attack. I swear to God. I've been getting invites to like, oh, where are we gonna watch the game? Where are we gonna watch the game? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go
I
home, watch the
I'd
game
be
on my
home.
couch. I physically can't be seen the way I'm going to be tomorrow. So like, I'm gonna yell at my TV. Nobody, I don't, it just
It's gonna be a crash out one way or the other. Like
a
it
hundred
doesn't
percent.
really matter.
I always tell people I'm gonna cry either way. I'm gonna cry if they win and cry if they lose. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, like I said, never seen a win in my life. Never a knockout win with Mexico in my life. So that's like if I see a Jets playoff win, that'd be um, another thing
that'd
that feels close to
that'd
this.
be huge.
Yeah,
I
but
was I
go
also
ahead.
wanted to ask you about like what would you think this would mean? Like if let's say you guys like lost this game, like what would that mean for your future, the coach?
I can't bear to even just fathom that. It's just it would mean that these last three games and what is technically Mexico's best World Cup group stage in history was all for nothing. Like that goes out the window. This, it just means nothing. And as for the future, like we have so much young talent that it doesn't derive me from it. Like the young talent from this team. I think this offseason we're about to have the most players in history, in Mexican national team history, to go to Europe. Like there's already like a couple deals already done, and like other teams that are massive like deals. Like Gil Mora's been approached. Apparently they have like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, like all these teams are calling about him. Same thing for a striker. He looks like he already has a deal done going. So like I'm not that like damn. I think our future's bright, but it would
Do
be
you think Aguirre stays?
I think he's gone either way. So
Yeah.
he said he's only coaching till this, and there's a contract. Rafa Marquez is supposed to step up, which I love. Like,
Oh shoot, that would
yeah,
be awesome.
he's already on the he's assistant coach. So like Mexico, the way you've seen them play, like we've seen them play a little different. Like maybe mainly attacking down the middle as opposed to just going down the wings and crossing it. And everybody says that influence came as soon as Rafa Marquez stepped in this team, which makes sense. They play not so tiki taka, but they play that style. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
I feel like he's
overall,
definitely a good mind.
yeah,
Good mind to have.
overall, I'm really excited about that. I actually made a video on my YouTube channel.
Mm.
Yeah, but now final match prediction. We're getting to the end here. Match prediction, Jacob.
I think if you're betting, you bet the under no matter what.
Yeah.
I honestly think like if I mean, it can go either way. So it's like very tough. Like, but I think 1-0 to whoever is going to be winning goes, like if that's like a cheap answer, but I think it's 1-0 Mexico, 1-0 Ecuador. Like we've talked about, like I couldn't bear to witness penalties at this kind of a game. I feel like the entire Azteca would just shit their pants just trying to watch that game. Like, so as an Ecuador fan, I think it would be 1-0. But rationally thinking, like, I think it's probably going to go to penalties because neither team has the offense to break down the defense.
That's where I think the X factor is Gil Mora, bro. I'm telling you, if this kid comes on at the 90th, like past the first half, you should be worried. But you're right. I completely agree with you. I am saying 1-0 to whoever wins. Just no penalties, Jacob, for the love of God. No penalties. 1-0, maybe like a goal in the after the height in the altitude, sorry, and everything just tired legs and somebody bags a goal in the past 80th minute, and it's game.
That's the thing though. Like like Moises Caicedo and Pedro Vite are just gonna just keep running. Like it can be extra time and like they'll still be running. Like
Yeah,
Becasés is not gonna change that midfield, and like it'll just be the two of them for the whole game. Um, which is why I think like Mora is like a great player, but I think with those two there, it just like nullifies that completely, and like it'd have to come from like Quinones or whoever's on the right to do something, because otherwise, like going through the middle through that, and then you have to go through Pacho and Ordonez, like
yeah. If we
that's
can't break down the middle of your field, then we're screwed. Like offering Quinones as a striker playing left wing, he doesn't cross in, and Roberto Alvaro, like I said, he just doesn't. He's can't cross the ball for his life. Um,
but
he'll
that's
give
the
you
thing
one
though.
though. He will give you one cross, and if you could bag that, then we're golden. But yeah.
That's
So
the
that's
thing though. Like the center of our defense and the center of our midfield is just like you have like three of the best the defensive trifecta that like the only reason we lost to Ivory Coast because Diomande just cooked our left side
well,
and
you
then
guys
went on to the right.
fairly should have won that game, but you just couldn't score.
And Valencia.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then with Germany, it's like, same thing. It's like it's not like they're getting through the middle either. So
yeah. And then yeah, like
Sane comes in on the left side. So
set piece.
you gotta find something.
Yes, set piece. Give me a little hope here. Set piece wise, you guys are. I guarantee you guys are great at set piece wise, right? Defending wise, set piece because your defense is awesome. I don't know your height, but we have three tall center back. We have two tall center backs and a tall center defensive mid in Edson Alvarez, who
Yeah.
most of our tight gritty games have been won because one of those three bags a goal in a some sort of set piece way. Do I have any hope there?
uh I mean, it's tough to say because like I think like you think of like the like honestly, I think William Pacha is like top three center back at the moment.
Yeah,
Incapié, like maybe he's not the best left back in the world. Like I wouldn't put him in that title, but like I think he's still very serviceable as we saw with like
definitely one of
Arsenal
the
throughout the year.
best in the tournament. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Moises Caicedo, like everybody knows their job to do. Like they're all gritty, they're all defensively sound. So like it'll be like it'll have to be like the scrappiest goal to get in. And I think that's ultimately like if one of us scores, it'll be just like the nastiest piece of garbage we've ever seen.
or just a banger from outside or something. I don't know. Oh
I
man,
don't think Ender's got that in his boots.
yeah. Yeah, but this was fun, Jacob.
Yeah,
We
man.
did about 40 minutes. So right here I want you to just give the people your Instagram handle because you've been making a lot of awesome Instagram videos so they could follow you.
Yeah, so follow JMOS Footy, JMOSFOOTY.
Oh, I
Just
actually
like
made a graphic for you that's gonna go right under your video on my OBS. So or
oh
it's gonna
sweet,
I'm gonna put it on Canvas so they'll see it right below you. Um yeah.
sick.
So again, thank you. Good luck tomorrow. You're gonna need it,
Thank you for
Jacob.
having me, man.
No
Let's
problem.
do this again. This was fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around to the end of the video, I truly appreciate you all. Hit the sub button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're going to have more episodes on the podcast. And don't forget to join the Discord. I'll put that in the description down below. We're going to have conversations on football. We're going to be discussing everything. Who knows if you are a fan of football like me and you want to jump on a podcast episode, I'm willing, I'm down. So yeah, join the Discord, subscribe, and like the video. It helps the algorithm a lot. Thank you guys for watching.
Park 77, real takes, no filter, Jets, L3, fantasy cakes. Let's get into it.